Foremost, give credit to the Saints for executing a game plan. They came in here, they had a style about how they were going to do it, came out with some big plays, some explosives, which is an area that we have to make sure that we shore up there. Some great one-on-one opportunities they took advantage of. We turned the ball over twice. They didn't. We were fortunate, got the ball back after the PAT and didn't turn that into points right there. That was certainly a big one in the game. Missed opportunities across the board, and I look at it and I got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of making sure that we have answers and complements to our run game. They did a fantastic job taking care of that part of it, and we hit a couple of passes, but not enough. I got to make sure that we put our heads together and game plan so that we have answers for when teams make it difficult to run the ball.
Dave, why does this passing game struggle to create consistent vertical plays?
Yeah, that's something we're working on. It's just taking advantage of those opportunities one-on-one down the field, and it comes down to just me to you factor and making those plays. At the same time, from a game plan standpoint, I got to make sure we're putting our guys in the right spots, taking advantage of matchups.
What were the Saints receivers doing to keep this secondary off balance?
Oh, they just made their plays. Some phenomenal one-on-one opportunities. Obviously the long touchdown. JC would be the first one to tell you. He can stay up and make that play right there. And Olave made another one-handed grab right in front of our sideline. They came up with a couple of big plays there, extended on a couple of off rhythm throws. Tyler Shuck did a great job of extending the play, finding guys down the field. In the extension of it, we have to do a better job containing him there and then making sure we stay attached. We did not get that done.
JC seemed to be asking for OPI on that play from what you saw.
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at the replay on that one. But, I think he'd be the first one here to tell you and take responsibility for the one-on-one opportunities. Regardless of what's happening on the other side, we got to make sure that we stay on top and make those plays.
What are the limitations in the passing game that you think are holding this offense back right now?
I think it's just timing and rhythm, but also it's the choices, the type of passes. That's something that starts with me, and I got to make sure I look at that and make sure we're putting our guys in the right situations with the matchup and leverages that we're working with to give them access so that Bryce feels confident to throw to the guys in different spots.
What did you see on the interception in the fourth quarter?
Just a good play by the Buzz defender. He ran underneath number one outside, made a great play on the ball. Bryce would love, I'm sure he'd tell you he'd love to have that one back. But it was a really nice play by Alontae Taylor. Give him credit for that.
What do you think of Bryce in the locker room after what feels like maybe a letdown here?
Yeah, just, frustration, because we didn't play our version of football. That was not us. That we can't have that. We can't give up big plays, and we can't turn the ball over. Offense has to be more opportunistic and take advantage of some of the situations where the defense made some adversity stops for us and got us the ball back over and over in the second half, and we didn't come away with anything off of it.
Are you surprised with the way they handled the offensive and defensive?
What was that?
Are you surprised the way they handled the offensive and defensive front?
Surprised by how they did? No, this is a team that, regardless of their record, they've been playing hard. They got a good group of veteran guys to make it difficult. They have excellent schemes and all that, and they put it together today, and we didn't take advantage of our plays.
Dave, when you guys can't run the ball consistently, you have struggled mightily to kind of keep pace. How do you find answers in the passing game when Rico proves to be human every now?
Yeah, that's what we're working on, and we got to make sure we take advantage of that. The loaded line of scrimmage. We got a couple plays, out there, just trying to find those right styles for our guys based on what the coverage is that they're playing us.
Dave, it seemed like defensively, they kept you guys in it, but in particular, Nick Scorton was everywhere in the backfield today.
Yeah.
Where have you seen his growth from day one till now?
He's taking great strides. Week in and week out, he gets better, and he's into it. He's working hard. He's improving. He's taking to the coaching and applying it to the game. So I'm really proud of him for that. But there are some technique things, some little stuff that we got to make sure that we're really disciplined on. Starting with the run game and certainly with our pass rush and lanes and letting Tyler get out a couple of times to make these plays. We got to do a better job there.
What did you see from the missed field goal?
A block. I just saw a good push. We knew that about this group. They're a big group, really physical on the inside. They have their best guys out there pushing the guards and doing things, and they executed it, really to perfection and get the ball down. And we hustled to get the ball back once it advanced past the line of scrimmage. They were reviewing that for a while, but it was just a really well executed block.
Was the kick low or?
I don't know. I have to look at it again, to see if it was lower than normal. I just know that they got good push and got their hands up.
This team has been pretty opportunistic this season. To have the 2 turnovers come when they did after the sort of extra chance with the blocked field goal and then the 4th down stop, how deflating was that?
It was frustrating, but we have to go to the next drive and hope that we can get another opportunity to try to turn this game around. So in the moment, you just got to go to the next drive. You got to refocus. As we sit here and look back at it, we're sick about the opportunities that we missed.
What do you see from Leggett? I mean, he just doesn't seem to be much of a factor, and at certain times it just kind of disappears.
I think X is running fast. He's doing everything we ask of him. I think if you just broaden it out a little bit and look at the full group, we need better execution in general. And that starts with me. That starts with myself and making sure that we have the right schemes for our guys.
What are your thoughts, Dave, on the jet sweep where Horn fumbled? Did he think he was getting the ball there? What happened?
Absolutely. It was just a poor exchange. And we got to make sure that we're sharper on all those little things.
Just say how your overall assessment of Bryce today, it looked like probably one of his worst performances.
I think just generally it's our group making sure that we are advancing our pass game so that we could be a balanced offense and making sure that we know, yes, we can run the football, but there are going to be days like this where a team is really stout and they play us well. We have to be able to adjust and go to that next phase of our game and make that come alive.
Following up on that, what are your thoughts on how Bryce is throwing the ball?
I think he's throwing the ball great. I think he'll have some plays that he'll tell you that he would like to have back. But in general, this is not about Bryce. This is about me. This is about our group. This is about us taking the steps so we can be a balanced offense.
Do a couple more. Was T-Mac 100% today, or how close was he?
He looked great. Yeah, he looked great to me.
Do you feel like you guys are spreading the ball around enough? It seemed like prior to Bryce's injury, he was kind of, to everybody, but like the last couple of games, it's been pretty much situated on T-Mac and a few others.
I think general pass game success will get the ball distributed, but we have to find that rhythm. And the ball will find guys in different zones, different areas based on where the read goes. We're certainly trying to make T-Mac an emphasis of what we're doing, and that continues to be a part of what we're doing, but we count on the other guys to make those plays as well. But I think it's just collectively where we have to go as a pass game.
Was there any possibility that, you're seeing 6-4 right ahead of you? Was there any possibility that y'all might have looked past the Saints this week?
I certainly hope not. Our approach is to come back to work every week, regardless of the opponent. We're in pursuit of our best football. That was not our best today. And we did not let the things that we've been successful with come alive today. So we have to make sure that we take the next opponent and look at what they're doing and have that type of mentality. Our mindset has to be to find our best football. It can't depend on who the opponent is and how you respect a bunch of pros. And every week they're going to bring a bus full of pros every week. And so we have to make sure that we're detailed, we're locked in, and get back on track with our work.
Do you have an update on Travis Wallace?
Trevin, we're evaluating him for right shoulder, so we'll have more information as the week goes on. All right, thank you.
Reflecting, what's going through your mind after this one?
No one likes losing, so still in the 24 hours, doesn't feel great. We'll flush it tomorrow and get back to work.
Bryce, why is this offense struggling so much to push the ball vertically?
I take accountability. I got to be better. We got to execute. We got to do better stuff. It's on us to give credit to that defense. It's a good group. We respect them, but we got to execute, and it starts with me.
What do you think happened on the interception?
Bad read, bad ball. Again, 100% my fault. That's on me. I got to be better.
What did you think you saw?
See the defender there?
Bad read on his own coverage. Again, he did a good play. In respect to our opponent, have to do a better job. That's on me.
Fumble, was that, what happened?
I take accountability for that. Regardless of what it is, I touch the ball. We should end with the ball. We gotta focus better. We gotta execute better. I gotta execute better. We gotta be better. So we'll get back to work tomorrow.
How frustrating is it to get, it's 5-4, maybe in the playoff hunt if you get a win today?
Doesn't matter. There's no long term. We were 0-0 going into this game. Now we're 0-1, and that sucks. So we got to turn the page and be better.
Turnovers have been an issue so far this season. What do you think you can do to keep the turnovers from constantly happening?
Keep the ball out of harm's way. Yeah, I got to keep the ball out of harm's way. That's on me. I have to make better decisions. I have to do a better job with the ball. As a quarterback, as a leader, it all falls on my shoulders. I have to be better with that. I'll work to be better.
Seeing you after losses, but it seems like, I don't know your demeanor, it seems like this one is hitting differently. Does this one hit differently?
No, nothing's different. No one likes to lose. I certainly don't. No one in that locker room wants to lose. No one's happy in there. I'm grateful to have a lot of competitors around me. No one's in a great mood right now. Sucks right now. It is what it is. We'll own it. We'll live it. We'll turn the page tomorrow. We'll learn what we have to get better at, and then we'll grow.
How do you balance flushing and there's still feeling some confidence of knowing this group? How can you help in that moving forward this week?
Yeah, we're of course. I have all the confidence in the world in this group and this team. There's no place I'd rather be. It sucks because we didn't get it done today. We know we're better than that as a team, and you only get so many opportunities in this league in life. You only get so many opportunities, and for us to leave one out there, again, we respect our opponent. They execute. They did things better than us today, and they deserve to win. But to leave opportunity, it sucks. The other blessing on the other side of that is there's one next week. So we're going to learn from it. Right now, it is what it is, and then we'll turn the page.
Bryce, given the resilience of this group, how much momentum did you guys feel like you had coming into the fourth quarter after the defense got that first stop?
We're always confident. We always want the ball. We always believe in what we can do with it, and we didn't execute that today. Again, that's on me. I take that. And we have a group of guys that are accountable. We have to be better. But we know who we are. We know what we're capable of. That confidence doesn't change. That faith and belief in each other doesn't change. It just sucks you didn't get done today.
What did you see after, you guys you take the opening kickoff, you drive down and get a touchdown. You didn't score the rest of the game. What did you see that they adjusted to maybe, or what was different moving after that touchdown?
They executed better than we did. At the end of the day, it's players. We got to make the plays work. Coach had a plan. We called the right plays. There are enough plays out there for us to make, and we didn't make them. Again, that falls on my shoulders. That's on me. As a unit, we all take ownership in that, and we have to be more efficient. So it was just execution.
What happened on the handoff to Jimmy that was open at the time?
Again, just not executing. Again, it touched my hands. I fumbled the ball. That's on me. I always take that. Jimmy came up to me and took accountability because that's the type of competitor and the person he is. But again, it's at the end of the day, I'm the guy who touched the ball. It's on me. So we have to get that out of our system. That's stuff I have to be better at. We all have to be better as a team.
You were a couple agitated with this one than you haven't any all year. Is that fair to say, and why?
Yeah, again, it's 1 week. I don't like to lose. No one likes to lose. I'm definitely frustrated, but that frustration isn't with the team. That's not with anybody. That's not with frustrated because we didn't win. We didn't execute. We didn't be the best version of ourselves that we're chasing, that we know we can be. And again, it's not just me. We're all we're all competitors. We all want to win. But at the end of the day, again, I'm grateful to be here. I have all the confidence in the world in these guys. It sucks. It's not fun. And until we get to go back and watch the tape and correct it, it's going to sting. But again, I have all the faith in the world in this group. I love the guys that I get to work with. I love being part of this building, this organization. So that's we'll get to that point.
Thank you.